Hello, peeps. Um, I am trying to figure out. Oh, guys, silly, silly stampers. Um, if I'm live, because something's not displaying properly. Shocker of all shockers, I know. Just a minute. I'm late because and I'm just getting ready to go, and the dog comes racing up because there's the guys across the street. I left to go get my brother from the car dealership just after 8 this morning, and they were out there doing something. And then when I came back, they were like 10-ish, they were still there. And maybe up until maybe half an hour ago, I think they might have been they were either fixing the roof or putting lights up. I didn't actually see it. Some young guys and ladders, and they were climbing up on the neighbor's roof. Because it's also garbage day, at some point, the garbage truck got the dog to the window. Garbage truck passed, dog notices people and keeps running into the room and going, "Urgh, urgh," because he's mad that somebody's on his street, but he's got yelled at enough for barking, and now he just sits there and is like, anyways. So just as I'm about to go live again, he comes racing up. I'm expecting my Stampin' Up order. Oh, let me tell you about Stampin' Up orders. And I thought, what are the odds? They don't normally come till supper time. The odd time something will come in like 3 in the afternoon, but that's usually closer to Christmas when they're super busy and they have extra trucks on. Otherwise, it's just like, supper time, 5, 6-ish. And almost guaranteed they're going to come today during the live. So yeah, we have lots to do and say and things, and I'm so not prepared for today because I am so obsessed with one of the things we're going to talk about, and I cannot stop playing. Oh my god, I'm having so much fun. Anyways, yeah. So I ordered on the 23rd of September, and it within 2 or 3 days, it was something was going on that day. So a lot of people ordered. Can't remember now what it was. The pre-order, I think, is what it was. Something. And so it took a couple, 2, 3 days to ship. And then once it's shipped, it boom, makes it to BC, no problem. Then it sits in BC for 11 days. 11 days. I'm getting annoyed. I'm wondering what the, like, and I guess I get that with the mail strike, all the couriers are busier than normal. So they're not updating anything. It just says delayed. New delivery date will be set soon. So fine. 1st of October, the kits come out and some other stuff, and I expedited that order. So you pay extra, and it's supposed to be here in 2 days. And I've done it before where it works. This time, it very quickly ships the same day, like it's supposed to. Very quickly makes it to Winnipeg, where it sits for 5 days awaiting customs. Yeah, Tracey's not happy. So that was supposed to be here like on Friday. It came the following Friday. So I paid extra to have it come a week later. Now, because all this other stuff was delayed, it still beat the other orders, but it wouldn't have normally. So it shows up on Friday the 10th. My expedited order that should have been there Friday the 4th. So I'm a little annoyed. Then out of the blue on Saturday, no, wait a minute. No, I think Friday might have been the they came in the wrong order. That's what was so weird. No, it was. So the other one came during the week. I think the order that should have been here like the previous week was the one I ordered on the 23rd that finally made it by Friday. The expedited one that was supposed to be there on the Friday, I think it got here on like the Tuesday. I want to say Tuesday. So those were already screwed up and late. So then I'm just like disgust, right? I've ordered new stuff again. Once the kit sale went on, I ordered on that morning. And I get my shipment confirmation email, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. Because now I'm all annoyed with shipping, right? And I'm thinking, what does it matter? Like I used to get excited about these things, but no. Sitting here Friday, sorry, Saturday. Goodness, it's been quite a day already. And I forgot to bring a drink of water with me. Sitting here on Saturday doing our little team meeting, And Stampin' Up or UPS delivers a Stampin' Up box. And it's the kits. Actually, I ordered two separate orders. I ordered one order for the cards for soldiers and one order for myself on Monday morning, like midnight, 6th of October. The one with all the kits for the cards for soldiers, which I'm quite happy came that quickly, came on Saturday. So one order is like, I don't know, 15, 16 days because it sits for 11. One order that's supposed to be expedited still instead of taking 2 days, takes 5 or 6 days. And the order that I make on the Monday, on one of the busiest days with kit sales, shows up 5 days later on a Saturday. On a Saturday, I don't get deliveries on a Saturday from UPS, but all of a sudden I'm getting one on a Saturday. It is the craziest thing. So this is the other half of the order. It came on Saturday. I don't know why they didn't come at the same time. Oh, it's just a gong show, I tell you. That's why I got so excited, because the one order that I ordered the 23rd is also, that was the advent calendar, and they couldn't track it because I ordered other stuff and another gong show. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh, let me tell you. Anyways, I gotta do this in order or I'll be all over the place and nothing will happen. This starter kit deal that's going on right now is absolutely the best way to get the most stuff for the least amount of money. And there is no strings attached. I've had a couple people getting it just for the deal. If you want to be a hobby demo, I will tell you how to do it. I will always tell you, hey, demos can do this, demos get that, because you're technically a demo. And I will just tell you how to get the most stuff for free, because that's how I roll. If you don't want to do anything, if you just want to get the one deal and the next time you want something, you send me a message and say, hey, Tracey, order this for me. I'll do that too. If you want to build a business, not that I'm an expert, but I will tell you what I've learned over the years. 14 years of doing this. I have paid attention to lots of people. I have taken training. I'll tell you what I know, and coach you as I can. I know a lot about Stampin' Up. I know a fair bit now about social media. I do know a fair bit about what you're supposed to do in marketing and things. Some of it I just outright choose not to do because it's not me. But I do know the answers, and I know where all the resources are. So I will help you with whatever you want. But if you just want to buy this kit, take your stuff and go, by all means, that is a hell of a deal. So a couple things I will let you know. We're going to do our really quick demo math. Can you do it on here? I wonder if it's bigger. Let me see. And then I'm going to move on. But you just have to understand. I think I can. It's going to show up. Demo math. Okay, so let's talk about the advent calendar that I am so excited about. It costs $136. If you ask me, well worth it. So that is $136. You pay 11% shipping. Oops, just a minute. I'm not used to using this. How did I get a comma in there? You pay 11% shipping. So that's going to make it that. And then we're just in Alberta. So, oops. We're just in Alberta. We're in Alberta. So we just end up paying GST. So your $136 calendar is going to cost you $158.51 by the time you actually get it. Okay. What does that leave you? $6. Even if you don't find something for $6, which you can always find something, look on the clearance rack and you can sort things by price. So you can start at the bottom. You can't go over this amount, but your $165 value that you get for $48. So you want the advent calendar? How about you pay $48 for it? Here's the best part. For either one of these, we'll do it this way because it's going to be the same. I'll say it again because it is the best. $0 for shipping and $0 for tax in Alberta. There's 3 provinces. I want to say BC, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba, but I'm not 100% sure that's right. There's 3 provinces where you still have to pay the tax, but nobody pays the shipping on the starter kit. So you could buy an advent calendar, $136. You could pay $158.51 to get it to your house, or you could buy it for $48, pay no shipping, no tax, and get the same thing. Plus, you might find some $5 or $6 item there. So let's review. $48, $158. If you are looking to get a cut and emboss machine, they are awesome. The new cut and emboss machine. Well, I say new because when I started, we had big shots. The new cut and emboss machines are 4 or 5 years old now, I think, but the cut and emboss machine. That's when I'm sorry, I have a hair on my iPad and it's driving me nuts. Okay. So we're talking $191 for the cut and emboss machine, worth every penny. We're going to add on our shipping, and we're going to add on our, I'm not used to this calculator. I'm going to add on our tax, and it's going to come to $222.61. So let me just move this back out of the way. It was charging, so I'll just plug it back into the charger. She says, I'll just casually plug it back into the charger. The way this case works, I can never find the hole for the charger. Insert inappropriate joke here. Okay. Let's do the math again. $191, shipping and tax, $222. Or you can pick this bigger option and pay $135. Plus, not only will you get this machine, but you will get $29. Look at how quickly I did that math. $29.39 of extra product. Whatever you can pick that falls in that amount. There's some good stamp sets, there's paper, there's adhesives, all sorts of things you can get for $29.39. $222 or $135. Now, when you get this, again, no shipping, no tax in Alberta. You also get a free paper pumpkin kit. That's worth about $36. Here's one of the beauty things, though. As soon as you do this, you can order the one thing, turn right back around, and then start getting your 20% discount, right? So the rest of the stuff you want to get, oops, I put $20, 20% discount. You also get to do pre-order. So you can pre-order from the upcoming online exclusives that release in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, November 6th, I think it is. You can order that. You can put that right in your starter kit if you want. Mid-November-ish, we'll get to pre-order for the spring catalog, the spring mini catalog, and the online exclusives from January. May, April. It's like the third week of March, because I already put the dates out. I love when they plan ahead. We will get to pre-order from the annual catalog. Now, annual catalog pre-order is always limited, but we get it 5 weeks before any customers order. And even if you don't spend another penny, you'll still get the access to all those things. So you have the option to do it. You don't have to worry about meeting minimums or anything. And so this is going to pull you through till April of 2026, where you can take advantage of the demos, the discounts, the pre-orders, all of that stuff. Or you can just one time pay one price, get lots of stuff, and not do a thing. You want to talk, let me know, because I love to talk Stampin'. Okay, we've only got a couple events left, so I should add on here sometime, because the Living Library, which is kind of a historical military veteran tribute thing. That's probably not the best description, but they do at the Leisure Center here in Morganville, is on the 5th of November. And I will be there with cards for soldiers. So anybody who wants to write messages in them, that'll be the easiest place to come and just stop by, see all the cool history. Hopefully the concession's open, you get some snacks, and you write in some cards. So there will be a cards for soldiers assembly bee, let's call it. Assembly bee. Sometime at the end of October. I just haven't got the date figured out yet. And then we've got my little private event. I'm so looking forward to this, you guys. And then we have one more get together at the end of November, where we're using the North Pole delivery set, which I didn't bring over, so I can't show you this now. But I've showed them before. So we're getting close to the Christmas break. Speaking of Christmas. Okay. So here, let's do it this way instead, because once I start rambling about that, who knows where I'll go. Cards for soldiers. People, you are very generous, and I so appreciate it. And I am not ungrateful. I so appreciate it. But we're about 3/4 of the way to our goal. So if anybody out there has a little bit of extra pocket change and wants to support a good cause, I could use a bit more cash. I'm about, I want to say $60 short, but I can't actually remember. Like I said, we'll be doing the bee, and I showed you last time those cards, so I'm not going to do that this time. But yes, please. I still want to talk about that, but I have other things I have to remember to do. Okay, so we did our extravaganza a week and a half ago, and these were the cards we made. And the way the math works out, we had cut some extra kits, some extra consumables, let's just say. So these are what you get in the kit. And it will make 2 of this style card, 2 of this, and there's little extra little bits where you can like add an angle, tape whatever you want in there, stamp whatever you want in there. 2 of those. This card is actually, I love this card, this monochrome. I thought it was stunning. I got some love for it at the event. It was very exciting. Just a minute. This one's set the wrong way. 2 of this card. 2 of this card. And then you get 1 each of these cards. So here, I'll do this one first. So what you get in here is the card bases, the 2 different color card bases, and the pieces that you need, and the ribbon and the gems. You can see the gems, and the ribbon is in the thing. For this card, you actually get 6 pieces of the paper, 1 of each pattern, and you just get to pick your own and cut it. How do you know what size to cut it? Well, there's a PDF with color pictures. The other ones, the stuff is all pre-cut and in there. And so each one is in its own envelope, right? You also get half a pack of these gold ephemera, which has just tons of sentiments and multiples. You get extras of the stuff you need, like you don't need all of it, you get extra stuff. So one of these kits is $55, and you can also get it mailed out. To get it mailed out, Tamara tells me I have to take the twine off of this little plastic embroidery floss bobbin thingy, and we take this paper copy of the PDF out, and then I could just email you a digital one. And then we could actually put this flat enough to put it in an envelope and mail it to you at like oversized letter rate of $6.30. So you could do porch pickup for $55, or you can do mailed out with a couple of slight adjustments. Like you still get the twine, we just flatten it out and take it off and put it in just like a roll. I'll tuck it in one of the envelopes or something. For what did I say? 55 plus 630, 6130. And I want to say we're down to like 6 or 8 of these left. So there's that. Okay. So exciting. Okay, so you know the advent calendar, right? Just a minute. Oh, wait till I show you. Okay, so remember the advent calendar, right? It came out. Ta-da! Every one of the doors is open and there's nothing inside. It's all in a thing because I have been using it like crazy. Oh my goodness, you guys. I'm so impressed with this advent calendar. And I had to start playing right away. And I still haven't decided what I'm gonna do with the box because there's just so many cool elements to it. Even the back is like super pretty. Or do I try to reuse it? Or do I just take these pieces? Oh, I haven't even got that far as to figure out how to use this thing. But anyway. So, and it does come with a stamp set. I can show you now because once you see the other things, you'll understand. But I've made this. So here's the thing. I was using this, and sometimes when you have 2 stamp sets together, they tend to stick together. So I keep this piece to put here. But while I'm in the process of using it, and the stamps are all wet or like all over my desk right now, I take these little pieces off and I just tuck them in between the layers. So that I'm not constantly taking them off, because when I'm using a stamp set, it tends to be like laying open on my desk. So that's why those are there. But hey, a little tip for you. So this is the stamp set that comes with it. You can see it right on the website. There's no big spoiler alert there. But you'll notice that it's not really a Christmas thing, right? It's intended for, you're going to get this leading up to Christmas, right? So I have been having so much fun playing with this thing. The fine folks at Stampin' Up! Did a bunch of reveal videos. I hadn't opened my thing yet, and so I just kind of ignored them. And there was a PDF, but I didn't look at any of it. So I wasn't really sure what it was. So then I opened my calendar and I did reveal videos, and I was having a little too much fun. And I cannot believe on the last one I sang, but you know, it is what it is. It just kept reminding me of things, and I tried to wing it, and I should have tried to wing it because I was super tired the day I did that one, but it is what it is, right? Tracey doesn't mind. She'll do whatever she feels like it, because whatever. So I almost want to show you that too, but I think that so here's the thing. I do not want to spoil anything for anybody. So to do those reveal videos, I am going to set up a Facebook group where you can get access through there, and then I will post like the links in there So you can watch the videos and you can do it at your own pace all at once. The links will be in there, but they'll be in such a way that you don't accidentally see something you don't want to yet. Like on YouTube, if I put them all in one thing, it'll go from one to the next to the next to the next. But if I put the links in 12 separate posts, then you're purposely opening one, right? So they shouldn't, I don't know, I'm working on it. A lot of people are not going to open their calendars until December. And because I knew I wanted to like build on the calendar, it's not just like, here's a bunch of stuff now, no, don't do anything about it. I was always opening mine early. And then once I started, oh my God, it was all I could do to wait between days to do it. And I didn't do it over 12 days. I did it over a couple days, but trying to make myself wait and actually do things in between, because there's little tidbits on the video of things to do. But what I really wanted to do was something after Christmas, because everything's all the lead up to Christmas and building, and then Christmas holidays are over and it's cold in January and a bit of a, that post-Christmas lull and a bit of the doldrums, maybe. I like that word, doldrums. So I wanted to do the 12 projects of crafting. So because there's 12 different things in here. So once I started doing it, okay, so I made my little things and then I started playing with the stuff inside of them and I started coming up with ideas for projects. And then I thought, wait a minute, what was it Stampin' Up put out? I really should go look. So I go back in. So then I see their reveal videos. Their reveal videos, so much more professional than mine. And at the end of each one of them, they showed a project and did a little tip. And I'm like, oh, that's right, there's a PDF. So I pull out the PDF. So I'm going to show you, because I don't think it's going to spoil anything. I'm going to give you just enough. So this is kind of the PDF, and I don't even think you guys can read it from down there. So it tells you what was used for each project. There's no dimensions or anything. And then here where it says instructions, it's completely blank. There's a picture. I'm folding it over so you don't see the picture. All there is a picture, right? And there's 12 of them. And some of them are pretty cool projects. I mean, they're all very nice projects. Some of them I wouldn't necessarily make because I don't need what they're making, but so then I started to recreate the projects they made and come up with all the measurements. I swear to God, I'm having so much fun. And they're turning out so much. I so want to show you one of them, but I don't think I can show you sneak peeks of things. I know a couple of the things were shown, like in some of the, can I show you this? I can show you this. One of them, here, I'll do this. So one of them is a box. So we made the box with the little window. Oops, sorry. That went too far. With the little window sheet. This isn't in, I will tell you, this is not in the advent calendar. This is just a piece of ribbon. But it made this little like gift box. I did it the right way. And I made a little tag for it. I'll turn the tag backwards so you don't even see it. Right. Oh goodness. This project was so much fun. And then there's cards. And so their cards, some of them are very fancy and they pull in a ton of supplies as they're going to go with this stuff. So I started making maybe some simpler versions, or maybe they're making a 3D item that you don't want to make. So here's a card using the same idea and kind of the same things. Okay, like I said, I have been having so much fun with this thing, and I'm really impressed with what's in it, and I really like the projects. So what we are doing is 12 projects. I didn't make a poster yet. 12 projects of crafting. And I'm going to do sort of a bit of an add-on. So I will write them down as we go. So on the 30th of December is going to be like an intro Zoom. Oh, actually, that's not even true. The first thing we're going to do is the Facebook group. So I'm going to do the Facebook group, and you can, it's a private group, so you're going to have to ask to join. So if you want to be in on it, you can ask to join. It's going to say right on there, as soon as I figure out how, by joining this group, you agree that you will not post a single spoiler before Christmas. Okay? Because if you haven't bought it or you want to do it, and some people want to see what's inside to decide if they want to do it, it's great. If you want to go look, go look. Just know there's spoilers in the group, and you are not allowed to share them with anybody because you are not going to spoil anybody else's fun. So the group, the Facebook group will be set up within the next couple of weeks. It's taken me some time. I got all sorts of things happening at once these days. But it'll be in plenty of time. So then on the 30th of December, we're going to have a little intro Zoom. And that's so everybody could find the place and we could do it. And we can all debrief about how your Christmas was and how wonderful it was. And oh my God, the weather. And then on the 4 Tuesdays of January. So this is the 6th of January, the 13th of January, the 20th of January and the 27th of January, we're going to do a Zoom. And each one of those Zooms, we're going to cover 3 of the projects. So how can you get in on the fun? Okay, so to get this, which will give you 12 PDFs and consumables for 12 projects, because I'm going to make the ones that Stampin' Up! Made now. Like I said, they pull a lot of stuff in. I'm going to show alternates to, and like the 3D item we're not going to make, because I know some people who would think it was cool, but not a lot of people who would want to use up as many supplies as they did. Stampin' Up! Has a warehouse full of supplies. They can do what they want. And if you needed this project, it's awesome. But I'm going to show you a way to do a version of their project if you want. But we're going to make cards using the same kind of theme and using the same projects. So the consumables that you need for your projects, I'm going to put together in a package, 12 different, or well, I guess probably just 4 different packages because you're going to open them, but they will make the 12 different projects. And I will make just like a little 1-page PDF that says the measurements. And it might say this is what like to do the Stampin' Up! Version, to do this version, or right. There'll be lots of information on these. I'll have lots of pictures of alternates and stuff in the Facebook group. So you can sign up and get the 12 PDFs and the consumables for 12 projects. And this is going to be $60 or $60 plus mail. Now, if you are away, if you're not local enough to meet up or pick them up off my porch, I'll have to mail them out to you. I think I haven't got everything cut yet and 100% figured out, but if I can mail it for like $6 or $10 or oversized parcel type thing, that's perfect. If not, it will for sure fit into one of the smallest express post box, which is $16.99. So I have it. I'm trying to make it as small as possible so that chance kind of thing. You can do that. If you have bought the advent calendar with me as your demo, then this is only $40 for the same thing. So $40 or $40 plus mail. And if you already have a crafts room full of stuff, so you couldn't possibly need more things, then you can get just the 12 PDFs, which come out as we go, right? 12 PDFs for $25. And that would be an electronic copy just sent to you. I'm going to do the registration. I just want you to know this so that you know there's an option, and we're going to walk through it. So we'll have a fun little group post-Christmas. We're going to meet once a week, Tuesday night, a couple hours, walk you through the projects, chat. People can show other things they've made. We're just going to have a fun little post-Christmas crafting get together using this fun. Now, if you want to join in and you want to join just the Facebook group and get the PDFs, there you can do that. If you want to join in, even though you don't have the advent calendar and you want to make the projects, I will send the stuff, like the information in the projects. I think I'm going to, like the week before, I'll post it in the Facebook group saying, here's the projects we're making next week. Here's the supplies you need to have on hand, because they do heat embossing, they do masking, they do blending brush, they do things that you need adhesive strips for, things that you need adhesive sheets for. I'm trying not to tell you everything. It's so much stuff, right? And like I said, I will show you ways, because not everybody heat embosses, not everybody has that stuff at home. So the one card, which is stunning, there's a way you can make it without a heat emboss, and it's just as stunning. And frankly, easier because you don't have to get all your heat embossing stuff. So if you are interested in this, message me. I will have all of the last details done and a registration link out at the same time as the Facebook. So like let's say by the 1st of November, I will have registration and the Facebook group open. But I just wanted to let you know, I am having, oh my goodness, if I could show you this stuff, I'm having so much fun with this stuff. And I think this will be a fun little craft along thing. I have so much stuff here. I have nowhere to put this now that I pulled it out. Just a minute, I gotta go back and do it properly. Okay, so for today, what time are we at? 3:35. I was going to do 2 things. I was going to show you a really simple Christmas card, and I was going to show you this kit. But thanks to the very good stamp sale that they had, Everybody's texting me. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, just a minute. 6 kits that are currently unavailable, including the 3 newest Christmas ones and the Halloween one. So I don't know. I'm going to just show you that these kits will come back. If it says currently unavailable on the website in the kit section, it means that right now they're sold out of kits, but the plan is to bring the kits back. If they had sold all of the copies they had or were ever going to make of it, it would have just gone away from the website, right? So it's not in stock yet. So I think I'm going to wait and see. I haven't actually looked at it beyond opening the box and looking at the pictures. I don't think those are going to take very long to put together. But first, we're going to do this card. And I was going to try to make 2 or 3 of them, but I talked too long because I'm so excited about the stuff. But I think I have my stack of stamp pads over here of the colors that we're using that complement the stuff in they're such great colors together too. Anyways, we're going to make a quick card because this is something you could possibly need. And I probably will only be able to make one of them now because I talked too much. But this is one that I did with our SSS group, which like I said, I could tell you so many things about why you should be a demo. And even if it's just like my team is just a small little group of hobby demoists, but I'm part of a bigger team that has like little monthly meetings, and we just kind of get together and chat, and sometimes we craft and we share ideas and stuff. And then the leader of that team is part of a group of Silver Sisters, they call themselves. I think there's like 15 of them, and every 4 months they do, so 3 times a year they do this big SSS all-day virtual event where they each present a different project, and they've been doing that. I think somebody just posted for 5 years now. So many ideas, so many projects, and it's just such a fun way, and everybody starts to know each other, and the comments are good, and everybody's going along, and it's just like checking in with friends. Oh, it's so much fun. But the lovely Sue Phillip showed this card, and this card is like super cute, but also super easy. And look at this. Ta-da! It's a gift card holder. So instead of making a little gift card holder, or if you want to mail somebody a gift card and you want to make a full-size card to go with it, and I'm not sure I would make this particular bow if I was mailing it, because I think I made that card a little thick, but isn't that cute though? And it's so easy to do. So I'm going to show you that card. We're just going to make it with some different stuff. Now, it will not shock you to know that I went to pull a bunch of stuff out, and sure enough, I pulled out this one because I cannot get enough of this one. But it's also because I have some die cuts and stuff cut out of it. But I'm also looking at all this other stuff on my desk that I never put away. Nope, I think we're going to go with that. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut a card base. Now, you know, I like to cut my card bases like this because I like my cards to tent, and this one does tent, right? So it stands up like this. So this is how I cut my card bases. Just I'm going to find one that's not cut that way. Oh, this one. Oh no, I guess I can use this one. Just a minute. So this is the standard way people, have generally cut card bases. Now, to me, this is still the correct way. This is for cutting for landscape, right? So your card sits like this, and then I cut lengthwise. Some people hot dog and hamburger, like portrait and landscape, traditional and non-traditional. Now there's certain cards. One of the new kits, if you were watching my video last week, I got all excited because the Common Bright kit, one of the kits was cut this way. It was cut that way. I'm trying to think where I put that kit, so that you could wrap the twine around it, right? So they cut it that way. So it was considered like a specialty thing. But in this case, you do need to cut it this way. So take your standard card base, and on the short side, let me get a piece of paper. Let me get a full-size piece of paper. Okay, so instead of cutting your cardstock in half this way with a score line here, we're going to do it this way. So the smart way to do this is make 2 bases at once. So go put the long side of the paper in your scoring and score it at 5.5. Then turn it and cut it at 4 1/4, and you will have 2 See, score once, cut once, 2 cards. And you will have 2 card bases. Okay, so instead of doing it in half this way, we're going to cut it in half this way. Now mine's already cut, so we're just going to go with the one that's already cut. I'm not going to move my paper because I still need my scorer. There we go. Okay. Turf that one off to the side because we don't need that one yet. Okay. So the other thing we want to do is we want to cut a 1-inch strip of the card front. So we're going to put this in our scoring, and this is off the screen. Just a minute. I'm going to get down to the bottom. This is nice that Stampin' Up! Does it this way. That was me pushing my scoring blade out of the way, so I make sure I use the right blade and only have to do it once. Because this right side of the score is 1.5 inches. So you can put, instead of having your card hanging off the edge, you can have the card like resting nicely here and just scooch over to the 1-inch mark. However you decide to do it, you're going to score to the 1-inch mark. Now I'm holding this up with my finger, and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to line up. It's actually on the 7. So this scoring blade has little marks on either side of it. So you can line that up. Honestly, I just eyeball, and I'm usually pretty close. And I if I'm going to err one way or the other, I err on the side of short because I can always use my snips just to give it that last little bit versus cutting too far. So we're going to put this down. So I'm going to line that up. So I'm going to go 1 inch in from the right side of my card, and I'm just going to cut down like this. So what I have now is this. I have a little 1-inch flap, and I have my card base. Now, because I cut that super quick and didn't like put any pressure whatsoever on it, it is just a little bit rough. So I'm just going to use my little sanding tool. And this is a very old Stampin' Up! Sanding block. We have little pink ones that we have at some of our events that we've done. That somebody, it was a gift. I have one of them that was a gift that somebody got on Amazon. They're like nail file blocks. But this is the slickest little thing. I got a new one though. Somebody got a different kind at our last thing and gifted them. And I'm trying to remember where I put it. But anyway, so I'm just doing this because I want a nice little edge. Is it the end of the world if you have like a little bit fuzzy on the edge? It's not crisp? Nope. Am I particular? Yep. Okay. So we're going to seal the other thing first. Now, I guess you could do one of 2 ways. So let me get one of these here. You could just put your like standard 4 1/4 by 5 inserts into here, and then stick this edge down. But if you want to get a bit of, take that out for now. If you want to get a bit of, equal border and a little bit of color on here, we're just going to put a little piece in the middle. And I decided I was doing this, and I got so distracted doing other things, and I will drop everything. And when my brother said, "Hey, do you have a minute?" But yes, I am a little behind now because I went and did that and was chatting with him, and we went to Home Depot. I guess I don't have a smaller piece, so I'm just going to use this one. Okay, so this piece that we're going to cut to put in the middle, and we're going to do the middle first, and then we're going to decorate the outside, is 3 inches. I was pretty sure it was 3 inches by, what did I just say? 5 1/4. So we're just trimming a little bit off. Saving that for something else. I think I made this one. I think this is actually a bit longer. Plus, it's a bit fuzzy, so I'm just gonna do it like a little haircut on this guy. Okay, so why is that not? It is 5 1/4. I must have cut this one just a different size for some reason, because 3 by 5 1/4. Now, I get the stamp set out. I like to stamp on the inside and on the envelope. I'll grab an envelope while I'm at it. The only drawback to this stamp set, which I absolutely love, as you know, I have used it for many, many things, is there are no images in this one. So my kingdom for a tiny little dove stamp, which I don't actually have. But see how there's this like little die cut branch? You could cut any one of these things and just stick that in the inside as well. But sorry, I keep turning my back to you guys because I was not prepared. Because I was too busy playing, which isn't that the best way to be too busy? I'm probably staring right at it. One of our stamp sets has a little twig in it, and I just have to find it. There we go. It's a great stamp set. I know it's current. That's what was throwing me off. Okay, so this is With You in Mind, which is a fantastic, just all occasion, 4 big sentiments, nice little things to go with it. But you see this little sprig? Well, that little sprig is fairly reminiscent of the other one. So that's what I used when I was making a whole bunch of things with this. I just used the little sprig. Whoops. Is that, that paper I couldn't find a place to put? Yeah, I just kicked it all over the floor. Just a second. Back up there. I need. Oh, spoiler alert. I already have those out. So I need my secret C. And I'm just going to do. And I'm doing this before I adhere it down, just oops, in case I screwed up, like dropping the stamp on it. In this case, my hand took the brunt of the ink. Okay, so there, I just put some like nice little things in the bottom. And then the same thing, I can do that just kind of over. Ooh, I wasn't looking that closely. Random. Just about went off the edge. Oh. Okay, we're full of tips and tricks today, I guess, because I'm rushing. So you see how I did this. Rascal. Somebody walking down the street. Sorry, I'm moving my chair and my arm at the same time. See how my stamp is not quite complete? Because really, what I should have done is put this down underneath. With solid photopolymer, you really should put your little pierce mat down. By the way, PSA for you. I think that come November, when all of the stamp sets switch to photopolymer and they stop making the red rubber ones, people are going to notice that they really need a pierce mat more than they did before, or they're going to need more than just one of them because, for cloud, whatever. And I think there's going to be a run on the pierce mats. And I think if you don't already have one, you should order one before they go out of stock. They'll come back, but they'll go out of stock. So I'm just going to take my little blends and I am just going to, in small little pieces, and I don't know why it somehow makes it work better than if you just color it solid, but if you just do little dabs, because you don't want to get too close to the edge, you can fill in where you screwed up. And you want to do it right away so the ink all dries at the same time. But there you go. Love blend. Love, 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 love blends. We got something called Blendabilities years ago. And I instantly fell in love with the alcohol markers. But they were having quality issues with them. So then they discontinued them. And I was just, oh my God, are you kidding me? And yes, we had the markers, but I was never as big a fan of the markers as I was of the blends. So when they came back with new blends, oh, so excited. And now, because I'm a big old Stampin' nerd, one of my things I most want in life is for Stampin' Up! To come up with the other colors of blends that they currently are missing. There's like Garden Green, Crushed Curry, Gorgeous Grape. Yes, the fact that I can list them. I want them to fill in those couple little holes and make it so we have every color of the spectrum. Anything we have a stamp pad or cardstock for, we have, right? Okay, so I'm just folding that down and lining it up. I could have done this first, but that's just not how I roll. So most people, when they do this, they're going to use white glue. And I get that. But I'm a tear and tape person through and through. So what we want to do is we want to make the little pocket in here that the gift card goes in, right? Now, I put it here just so my gift card wasn't like right up at the top, because you have tons of room for your gift card. Like you have lots of room in here. And then I think even with tear and tape, which is a little bit thicker than a bead of glue would be, you have way, or I was gonna say way more. You have enough room. There's no lacking room to keep a good enough grip on your gift card. So I use tear and tape. You can use glue or whatever you want. You definitely want something permanent and want something that works. Like I don't know that I would use seal in here because sometimes seal can like peel up a little bit. It's Seal Plus is meant for like 3D items and things that have motion to them. So, but putting the card in and out or pushing the card too far, you could pop open a bit of a seal. So you are going to hug the edge of this thing and go around on 3 sides. And then you are going to pop off the backing. Actually, I'll give it a nice good rub. We're going to pop off the backing. This is a super fast card, even with me rambling and side quests and fixing mistakes. And then we're just going to fold this forward. There we go. And where'd my card go? Not that I don't have more than one gift card. And there's our gift card. There's our little spot for a gift card. Now we're going to take this out. I don't know if I did this in the same order that Sue when she showed us. And by the way, yes, your card can go this way if you prefer. And then we're going to decorate the front. Okay, so paper. Okay, this is why I picked this one. Sorry. I mean, I have a ton of die cuts of everything, but I have these ones. So I'm going to use, I only have one bird left, one white one. The glimmery ones are just a bit too shiny for my taste. So I'm going to go with this one. I'm just doing this so that I can pick my paper accordingly. And then, but I can't get enough of the secret sea. Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to use. That. Now, despite the fact that I've decided that this is what I wanted, somewhere I have labels too. Because I have, just a minute. I just saw them like moments ago when I was moving my stuff. There we go. They're underneath all the advent calendar buckets. Did I mention I really enjoy the advent calendar? It's so much fun to open and see the different things and like try to guess what was in each one. And then well, I could use some of this. And then like just the fun of playing with it. And there's some cute, oh my goodness, there's some cute stuff in there. Okay, so we had a class. We use this. So I always prep like tons of pieces. So I have some leftover labels and some things in here. So what sizes? I was gonna say, despite the fact that I like pick these things because that's what I want to use, a lot of times when I go to do when I go to do something, I will design it based on what strips of paper are already in the bucket. So we have these ones. These are full bases. Oh, I got a couple little embossed pieces there. Love that embossing folder. So this embossing folder has this like cutout in the middle that fits. There's 2 dies in this set. So you could fit like this. And it kind of nestles into this little void in the embossing. But I just, can I show you? I think I can actually. So I used this stamp set from the advent calendar. Let me just double check and make sure I didn't use anything else. No, no, not really. I'm just going to hold it down a little bit. There's one detail you might notice. So these are the flowers from the advent calendar. But I used that same embossing folder because it's so pretty. And by putting the stuff in the middle, there's this like little bit of void you can see here, but mostly you just see the outline because the stuff's in the middle. So super duper love this embossing folder, which is called Peaceful Garden or something. I don't actually remember. So yeah, normally I would pick. So what we want is a strip. It's going to go on the side. And then, I'll show you this one again. a strip on the side, and we're going to cover the whole panel on the side so that the flap kind of stands out. We don't want to blending in and people not knowing how to open the card. And then we're just going to put like a little bit of decoration on the front. I did think about it. So none of these are cut the right size because these are all cut shorter to go on a card front. This piece would need to be trimmed. So instead of using these pieces, I'm going to, this one is the cards and layers for a different card we had. So anybody coming on the 8th, you get to use all the leftovers. That's why I keep them all kind of piled together. Okay, so in this case, I need these ones to be longer because I need this one to be 5.5, not 5.25, because I want it to run the entire length of the card. So as you can see, I have been doing lots of projects with this. I want to say a couple of weeks ago, but now do I even know if it's a couple of weeks ago? When I did the one card using like the little patchwork pieces, because I told you, and I still, you can see them, right? I have all these little like 3/4 inch and a quarter, inch and 3/4, whatever it is, these little pieces left over from trimming off the edges of all those other pieces that I prepped. So like I said, a lot of times I will just go to so what I need, sorry, I'm like all over the place. What I need is a strip that is 3 inches wide by 5.25, or in this case, I did 3 by 5, and I added an extra layer of cardstock. But since I'm rambling too much today, we're just going to put the thing straight down, which is how it was shown. So we're going to do that. So I really like this one, and I think I might put this over top, and then I could stamp on this to do it this way, and I could put the little bird. See, this is why I only had the white bird, and I didn't want to cut a different bird. But I might have to, because this white bird blends in too much, unless it's way over here, but way over here is not going to work. So I'm going to pick darker because as much as I like that paper, it's not going to work for me. This one I can also tell is a 3-inch strip. So put that one down. So now what I'm looking for is a strip that is 3/4 of an inch wide by 5.5. And yes, it's not like I have a shortage of paper, like I can't just cut some. I want some darker stuff. Oh, I thought I dropped a piece of paper out. So I think I'm going to put these two together. Oh, I still love this paper though. That's a little busy with those 2 busy patterns. How about this one? Gonna go with that one. I like that one. Okay. So this strip, sorry, this is how I craft. This is seriously, I prepped absolutely nothing. I just picked the card that we were gonna do, and that's as far as I got. So let's move all the decorations off. Where did I put that other thing? It's been a busy day and lots of chatting, and I'm having like little pulses of pain in my jaw right now. So I'm very easily distracted, and that is not helping. Okay, so this, what did I say? So this is Stamp It Up. You can't buy them anymore. So I always feel like I'm such a tease, but it's not long enough across. So I went scoping things out during Prime Days, and it turned out to not be on sale, but I did buy it during Prime Days. But I found a slightly bigger one that is, it can go 6 inches this way, which is what I really wanted. And then it actually goes 8 or 8.5 long. So as it turns out, I can take a full sheet of paper and at least make the first cut if I'm cutting the right way. So I got a new one, which I got on Amazon. So I'll try to remember to post the link. I'm just flipping this over because I'm going to, I'll keep that in there because I've been making so many patchwork cards. I'm just, as I'm looking at this, I know what size I need. I need 3/4 wide by 5.5 inches long. And so I know, because I'm going to cut little pieces off, I'm just high grading it. So I cut off and keep the best pieces. Now, the piece I cut off, you could also take something like this. You can't now because I put a stamp there, and you could put your little strips on the inside or run your little strip along the envelope. if you wanted to do that instead of if you have a stamp set that doesn't have a stamp with it, or doesn't have a stamp, doesn't have an image with it, that works as well. And then my other piece is going to be 3 by 5 1/4. So I am just going to make that one 5 1/4. Look at me putting my paper right back in the package as I go. I'm also shockingly not going to be that much over time. So look at me go. Okay. So we're going to pop this one down. I will take a picture and I will put the measurements in if you weren't following along. Because I do tend to jump around and my brain can follow its train of thought, but I realize a lot can't because my train runs on its very own track. Its own schedule, its own speed. Okay, so we're gonna put that one down. Now I did think about it, but I didn't actually even try it. But I did think, should I make like this one with the border? But then you would have 2 borders. So you could do it where you have this as a border and have like a border on 3 sides. But in the end, I'm like, you know what? I think the person who designed this card probably knew what they were talking about when they made the one full panel the same. And I kind of like, I like that it's not even. So now, would a normal person put this on before they glued it down? Maybe. Normal is not a word generally used to describe me. There we go. Look at that. Ooh, I love this paper. Now this is just a touch long with my cutting. So we're going to turn it over. We're going to, and when you do this, you want to make sure your scissors are not at all angled because that's where you gouge your card. You want to make sure that they're parallel to each other. So you just want to hold it like this. Oops. So make sure you're upright, so you don't gouge into the side of your card. We'll just take that little shave off, and there we go. Now, this did have ribbon. I have this one. This is the ribbon that came with the set. It is a super pretty ribbon. It is Misty Moonlight with little silver edges. I'm not sure that this would. I don't think I need it. I think I got enough other stuff going on. I was going to say, of course, I said it after I take it down. So hopefully, if you were following along, you could also like wrap a piece of twine or ribbon or something around this piece before you tape it down. I would suggest if you're going to do that, so wrap it around and tie it in the front, and then flip it over and put a piece of tear and tape like across it, so that when you go to put your card in, you're not catching on it. So there's like a smooth surface, and then you can have this nice flat thing. So you could have a little something going here. I like to put it this way, and just like have my, if you center your label, and this one's actually gonna have a bigger one, you're getting a little bit of coverage here. So I like to just overlap my stuff. So that's how mine's gonna end up getting there. And then now I have that kit sitting right in my way. I want, this is one of the fun things about this stamp set is, yes, I bought it because it said peace on earth, and I love, and peace, love, and joy, and I love those 2 sentiments, but there's lots of non-Christmas sentiments in it. And I think this imagery works for sympathy cards, wedding cards, baptism cards, Christmas cards, like just all sorts of things. So it is not a one-trick wonder or one event wonder. Let's go with heartfelt prayers. It's going to be the perfect size for this card. And I need my, I'm going with Secrecy. Seriously, guys, I love Secrecy so much. And it is pretty much, I broke my own rule there because I'm rushing. Let's see how well I did. Well, not bad. I usually, because when I have a white label and this is kind of a white background, I like to put my, that's the thing that holds it up. I like to put my silicone mat down because then I can see the edges of the label better. But the fact that I have that centered and straight is, you know, is the Stampin' gods looking out for me. Okay. Speaking of which, I will close that. I'm going to put that. Ooh, I put them away. I got to pull them back out again. This is sweet. Oh, look at that there, right? See, I have this whole big bin of embellishments, and they were like sticking out. First thing I saw when I looked over that bin, because there's a kit sitting on top. These are the hues of blue flowers that come with this. Love it. Okay, I was crafting, so yeah, you know they're here somewhere. Let's get myself some. Oh, let's make sure I'm doing this the right way. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to put these things, dimensionals, and you'll notice that I have only put them on 2/3 of the card of the label. Now, would people line this up generally? Yes. Did I? No, because I'm guessing and because I'm pretty sure I'm right. Because you kind of get a feel for these things. So I'm doing this. Oops, I'm trying to center this. Move it up a little and center it. And you want to do that. Oh, yeah. See, I'm about a 1/4 inch in with my dimensionals. So yay. Because you don't want any dimensionals here, because then you will tape your card shut. Right? So I have them just going on the half. So I put my little sentiment down. I'm also going to elevate my bird. I'm gonna put 3 on here because I want it to stick up well. So same thing. I like that he's going to be kind of off to the side here. And his wings are going to cover this. So I want this dark, but I don't want like stark bare nothing there. So I'm just putting him a little bit over. But before I do that, I need to put, I'm going to put the shiny one on top. So these are also secrecy because I told you I'm slightly obsessed. Can I do it this way? No. I should have done these ones first, but I'll show you the trick. Yeah, I absolutely love secrecy. So here's what you do when you forget to put it down beforehand. I'm going to take my little piece of tear and tape, and I'm going to put it on the end of my Take Your Pick tool. And I'm going to tuck it under the edge of this label. I'm going to put it where I don't hit a dimensional. And then I'm going to just kind of squish down on my label. And then using my Take Your Pick tool again, because Lord knows I can't even see anything little and reach in there, I'm going to pull off the backing. So see, you want to find ways to fix mistakes. I am your girl because I make them all the time, but I just generally figure out a way to fix them. And then we're just going to take this thing. I'm just going to kind of lift it a little bit. And I'm just going to tuck my flowers in there and do the same thing I did before. And just kind of push down. I decided I don't want to go this way. I want them going this way. Whichever way. You could have put them like with the leaves. You could just put them down enough that the leaves are what catches there instead of the stem. And then just kind of push down. So now you've just stuck it over top of the other one. Now, because I realize with him going where he is, he needs to be over here. Now this one's the same. I'm going to take him. And the other thing, so I know where these things are and I know roughly where I wanted it. But if I put my finger like this, so that I am right up to the edge of that dimensional, when I go to put this down, I now know where that dimensional is. I'm going to go like this. There we go. And then, because they're too pretty not to use, and these are white cloud cover, is that the right name? Cloud cover, Misty Moonlight Secrecy. So I'm actually going to put a Misty Moonlight, little flowers. I'm just going to kind of bed one there on the edge. And I'll put another one over here. I have to be careful because all of a sudden everywhere I put it, I'm like, I don't want to make it look like bird poop. I'm like, it's coming out of the bird. Look at that. We'll put one in his hair. I want one kind of by the bird though, without it looking like it's a bird poop. This one's not working for me. I got one down there. I have one up here. I think I might just put the other one over here. The idea is, I like things in threes anyways, but the idea is to kind of try to make a triangle with them. And it's a visually pleasing, as the graphic designers say. So that is a very quick card. Very easy. You can take some pre-cut card bases if you cut them the right way. And you already have them cut that way. And then you have your card. in just a minute. Let's see what the other ones are over there. And now, and how do you guys ever, when you're making a gift card holder or something, do you ever try to get a gift card to match it, or do you just like grab whatever one's there? I mean, this is the ultimate in contrast, if that's what you're going for. But isn't that sweet? It is super easy. You can pop it in a envelope and you can pop it in the mail because they are mailable. And here's the original using this is the Joyful Delivery, this North Pole Delivery, Joyful Delivery. One is the stamp set, one is the suite. Can't remember which is which right now. This is the suite we're using at the end of November, which is awesome with all these die cuts for you. Or not die cuts, ephemeras. So that's our two. So there you go. If you didn't get the message, I'm super excited about the advent calendar. I don't know what to do with my piece of paper and our little post-Christmas group that I'm working on. So I will have that information out to you by the 1st of November. And I will have these dimensions posted right away afterwards. And yeah, my cards for soldiers. Oops, just a minute. I just knocked everything on the floor. Don't forget, we've got a few of those kits left. My cards for soldiers, the link is pinned to the top in the featured section. So if you just click on there, you'll get the link to the cards for soldiers. 3/4 of our goal. Come on, people. Okay, thank you, everybody. Message me if you want a kit. I don't have a link or anything fancy for that. Have a great week. I will be back with other things. I'm not even sure. I've got one more thing to show you on Friday on Show and Tell. I think I've got one more of my big Christmas piles of cards that I made for our open house to still show you yet. Have a wonderful week. Love the weather. Enjoy it. Oh, have a fantastic time. Thanks, everyone. Bye.